Willson Contreras is not going to be a Houston Astro. He signs with the St. Louis Cardinals, 5-year deal, big money. Is there another free agent that's out there on the open market that you're going to be disappointed if they don't sign with the Houston Astros rest of the offseason?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Christian Vasquez.
Christian Vasquez
I
is
really
your guy?
want him to be back with the Astros.
See, I'm of the opinion.
I obviously know that they need a bat too, but
Yeah.
me personally, you guys know that I'm a big fan
So he
of
would be
Christian
your top target.
No, not top target because they already have Maldi and they can get by without Maldi. It's my personal favorite to bring back along with Brantley, but I would also say Brantley's not the only choice. If you want to go to one of the higher priced corner outfielders, I'm here for it because it shows that Crane really wants to win and he's going to spend the money and go get the guys that make this team better.
Who's the one guy for you, Houston? 713-780-3776. The one remaining free agent that you're going to be disappointed, upset about if they don't sign with the Astros. I'll be honest with you, I'm not even that picky. I have one position that I want to absolutely get, but if I don't really care the name, it's corner outfield DH. You need another left field DH to split time with Jordan Alvarez's left field DH. I'd be fine with Benintendi.
At what price?
The price matters. The price matters. Like the projection that I saw rumored for Andrew Benintendi was 4 years, $54 million.
See, Buster was high.
What did Buster say?
Buster was saying it was more than that, and that's where I was like, eesh.
What's 54? That's about $13.5 million
that's
off the top of my head. 13.5 for 4 years.
Uncle
I'd
Mike
live with
would
that.
take that, I'd also be fine. But I think you get more long term out of Benintendi.
I would trust Benintendi more than Brantley because of the shoulder.
At the plate?
Because of the shoulder.
Because of the shoulder. Okay.
Yeah, because the injury, the Brantley shoulder scares me. I'm not going to lie. Like it
But
worries
if he's also
me.
going to make you wait until March to figure out where the shoulder is, I don't know that you can wait that long.
I don't think you can wait that long for a left fielder because the market would dry
Right,
up. What if
exactly
Brantley's
right.
not healthy, and then all of a sudden you're looking at a situation where Chas McCormick's your left fielder
or
and
you
Jake
got to make a
Myers your center
trade,
fielder?
which you don't have enough resources to make.
No. See, I'm Sean Murphy's actually kind of the catcher that I want, depending on the price. But I can live without a free agent catcher or a catcher acquisition. I'm fine with Martin Maldonado as the everyday backstop, and then hopefully one of the young catchers, Corey Lee, Yiner Diaz, proves to be worthy of being a backup catcher in Major League Baseball. You can get by there. I don't want to see a season where Chas McCormick is my primary left field DH option because I want to see him, frankly, splitting time in center field and playing primarily in center field over Jake Myers. So for me, it's not so much the name, it's about the position. I will feel very disappointed if the Astros don't sign a corner outfielder DH that's going to play every single day.
No, and I'm that's where you're in terms of priority. That's where I'm at too. I mean, that's the position and the bat, whether it's left-handed or not, but obviously preferable to be a left-handed hitter. That's the premier position that still has to be filled for this team, and I'm totally with you on that. I mean, personal preferences, I want them to bring Vasquez back. I would love that. And I think we're both on the same page in the fact that as much as I would love Uncle Mike back, I don't know that they can wait as long as it's going to take to be able to determine if Uncle Mike is healthy, and that's unfortunate. So, I mean, I think to make this team as complete as possible, that's where it's got to start. I'm not picky either on the name. I'm curious as to how high they would go now in terms of would they go get into the market on the Nimos and the Confortos, or are they going to consider Benintendi, Uncle Mike, and below that?
I would really like Masataka Yoshida, though, by the way.
We know that.
I view all the corner outfielders roughly the same. Andrew Benintendi, if you sign him, that's fine. Would it be a little sad that you're not bringing back Michael Brantley? Yes. But if it's Benintendi, I feel a little bit more confident because I know he's not coming off of a shoulder injury in his late 30s. If it's Michael Brantley, great. You play the nostalgia there. I'm all for the nostalgia and bringing back dudes who have been part of championship teams.
Wouldn't you say, though, that Nimmo and Conforto, with obviously concerns about injuries, but wouldn't you say that they're a little step above a Benintendi?
I don't think Conforto is, per se. Like, I don't know what Conforto is going to be a year off of baseball. He missed the entire year. And he's also been up and down in his career where you've seen flashes of being like better than Benintendi, but he's also seen some lulls where he's worse than Benintendi.
I think it's a risk for sure.
I mean, I think that they're all somewhat a risk. I think Benintendi's actually the safe play. I think Benintendi, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a dude who's going to hit about 275. He's going to get on base. He's not going to strike out a ton. He's not going to hit for a ton of power. And he's going to be okay in
Coming
left
off an
field.
injury.
Yeah, but it was the wrist, right?
Wrist,
like,
yeah.
that doesn't strike fear into me that much coming off a wrist injury whenever he's like in his late 20s as opposed to a Michael Brantley who's coming off major shoulder injury in his late 30s.
Yep. No, I get that.
A name that, like, if I had my druthers, the one guy that I would want over anybody else, but I wouldn't be that disappointed if they don't get him and they get Benintendi instead. I'm not going to die on that hill. The name that I love is Masataka Yoshida. Now, he might be more risky than Brantley because you don't know how he's going to convert to the American game. Now, Now, some people seem to think that he's going to convert just fine. He's going to be a dude who gets on base a lot, doesn't strike out much. They don't think his power is going to translate like it was in Japan. I love it. I think Yoshida has the opportunity or the chance to be the best corner outfielder that's currently on the market. But I also think there's a chance he's the worst. He's the most volatile signing.
That would be too risky for me because if you're like if you're mid-market team looking to take a step up, and then it makes sense. But because this is so like plug and play and be ready to go a long way type position filling, I don't think it's worth taking the risk of a guy that conceivably could struggle with major league pitching, in this league.
Honestly, I don't think that the Astros are going to.
No, I don't think so
I think
either.
that Crane, Bagwell, Reggie Jackson, Dusty Baker, Enos Cabell, what other old Astros are out there that we can call up? Mike Scott, maybe. Nolan Ryan. I know that Crane did him dirty. He's not going to be too fond of it. All of the Astros
older guys. Who's the dude that won
guys,
the home run derby that was a fan favorite for a few years?
For the Astros?
Was an Astro?
Lance Berkman? He didn't win it,
No,
though, right?
No. This was a less than star player.
Glenn Davis?
He beat Blummer in the last year or two.
Oh, you're talking about the old-timer Houston Astro.
Luke Scott.
Scott. I mean, Luke Scott would be a baby.
Get him involved in that too.
But I personally don't think they're going to be interested in Yoshida because of the risk factor. I think they want a more
Plus,
certain
Crane's a splash
deal.
guy. He likes the splashy.
Well, Yoshida would be splash.
Would he?
Yeah.
More so than any of the big names that are in the corner outfield market?
I think the biggest splash, I think Yoshida would be a bigger splash than Benintendi. I think it'd be a bigger splash than Conforto. I don't think it'd be a bigger splash than Nimmo. I think Nimmo is probably the biggest splash, but the reason why isn't so much the name value, it's that he can play center field. Mm-hmm. He's the only one of those guys that can play center field.
And then the question would be, but again, I don't know that you want. Would you be okay with if Crane was looking to be splashy and big time, and he put Nimmo in center, and he put Brantley in left, and said, "Chaz, you're our fourth outfielder"?
Would I be mad at that?
Yeah,
no,
I wouldn't either.
Absolutely not.
With Verlander's money going away, I would love to see a move like that.
Yeah, I mean, Nimmo's going to be pricey, and it always comes down to the dollars and cents a little bit. But no, I mean, if they sign Nimmo and Brantley, and they have a
because then you've got a backup plan because for Uncle
Yeah.
Mike. If you're waiting on Uncle Mike and the shoulder's an issue, you can still put Chaz in left as long as Nimmo's in center.
Yeah, or even vice versa.
Or
maybe.
right, you can flip-flop.
It doesn't really matter. Brantley and Yuli, those are the two guys. A little nostalgia there, wanting both of them. If you only had to pick one, though, which one would you pick, Brantley or Yuli?
Brantley, because he's playing every day.
Exactly. I think it's a layup decision. I think it's a no-brainer. People were throwing around the name Jurickson Profar since he's a switch hitter and can play outfield.
Stay away.
Why don't you like Profar?
Because I just don't think he does anything well. I don't think I've seen him make too many gaffes in the outfield. I see him throw away a lot of at bats. I think he's kind of flippant in everything that he does, and I'm just not a fan.